everyone, how are you today? I'm fine, and today I will show you a book, but first let's talk about it, a little bit things about the the wedding of Harry and Meghan. As I name my hamster, so it is a marriage of the royal family of Elizabeth. So the wedding was really crowded because I watched on the TV, and every people that joined it really crowded. There was the William family that played tennis, and actress model, I think, David Beckham, Victoria. And there's very crowded and many people in front of the Buckingham Palace, or maybe the church. I don't remember, but I know that it's really crowded and noisy. As today, I will show you a book about Elizabeth Elizabeth II. So she was the Queen of England after Elizabeth first Elizabeth. So as I'm going to show you today, so here's the family tree of the Elizabeth family. I don't know if it's clear or not, but here you go. You can just take a quick looking. I'm sorry. So here's Princess Margaret and Queen Elizabeth. Here's they're born of Edward and George. I know, Prince Charles, Andrew, Edward, and then Prince William and Harry. So here's the contest. Chapter 1 is Happy Families. Chapter 2, Hired to the Throne. Chapter 3, Love and Marriage. Chapter 4, Head of State. Chapter 5, Family Strength. And Chapter 6, A Job for Life. So let's see. So there's Windsor Castle. It's really good. It's like the closing. Here you go. You can take a look at the Windsor Castle. One of the Queen's home is the oldest largest castle in the world. I want to go there. Let's take a look. So Queen Elizabeth was born early hour of Wednesday, April 21st in 1926. So the servant go and call the Queen and King, which is the mother of grandmother of Elizabeth. I don't know what is Queen Mary is. Queen Mary is Elizabeth grandmother or something. So she was named Elizabeth Alexandra Mary after her mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. So she have a nanny named Clara Knight, known to the family as Ella, believed strongly in order. The baby princess followed the strict routine and was wheeled every morning and evening to take the air. So in January 1927, when Elizabeth was just 9 months old, her parents went sent on a tour of Australia and New Zealand. I felt very much leaving on Thursday, wrote her mother, and the baby was so sweet, playing with the buttons on Bertie's uniform, and quick broke me up. So here's Alice night with Elizabeth. So Princess Elizabeth for 19 years until her death in 1945. This is Alla, not Elizabeth. So here is Elizabeth when she was small. Aya. And Margaret Rose in August. Margaret was the check. The York became the public image of the happy family, an image that complete by the birth of a second child, Margaret Rose, in August 1930. In August, 1930. It was soon clear that two sisters were total opposites. So the young princess in the garden of their grandparents, the Earl and Countess of Strathmore. This is not the Who Who Was book because I can't find Elizabeth II. I have Elizabeth I, but not Elizabeth II. So I decided to buy Osborne instead. It had many stories. And it has like Anne Frank too. Helen Keller, something. Okay. Higher through the tour. The year Elizabeth turned 10, the family spent Christmas together. King George was clearly very ill and died a month later. Elizabeth went to his funeral at Windsor Castle dressed as a new black coat, and Violet Barrett clutching her mother's hand was coffin. So George's funeral is in London, 1936. So, at first, little Jane's lives of the princess. There were now a new king on the throne, their father's brother, King Edward. The public ordered him. He had been their golden-haired prince, and now he was their young and popular king. But there was a secret hanging over him, kept out of the press motion, only the whisper. So, which was trying to bring his resign and unbroken. So, Edward was in love with a twice-divorced American woman, Wallis Simpson. Edward and Wallis signed together in Croatia. In 1936. So, Edward now decided, what do we have? So let's see what is happening. Divorce was heavily frowned upon in royal circles, and it was unthinkable that Edward could marry Wallis and make her his queen. On October 27, 1936, the newspaper broke the scandal. Given the choice between marrying the woman he loved or remaining a king, Edward chose love. When the Duke of York and his mother happened to break down and sobbed like a child, before the end of years, Edward and Elizabeth's father became King George. King George. So that means Elizabeth became princess. But I actually don't like the suit of Queen Mary. What is they wearing? It kind of looks so much royal, but I don't think they should always wear those. But now William wear the other clothes, not the royal clothes. I I mean the regular clothes like we wear. The shock was almost too much for the new king. He was a shy man. His shyness made the worst stammer that made public speak a nightmare for him. And he never wanted to be a king. At worst, destroy the brother friendship was very broken of Elizabeth Parrington, for Elizabeth realization that she might become the queen someday. According to her other grandmother, Lady Statchmore, Princess Elizabeth prayed nightly for her brother to take the place next line to the throne. So she wanted to be a queen. When our father became king, Princess Margaret recalled, I said to her, does that mean you're going to be queen? She replied, yes, I suppose it does, but she didn't mention it again. So what if something happened? She couldn't be a queen. Let's find out. So let's see what we got next. Elvis went on a holiday to Edinburgh. So Princess Elizabeth made her first radio broadcast alongside her sister Margaret in 1940. The speech was addressed to children of the Commonwealth had been sent during the war. So Princess Elizabeth first met Prince Philip of Greece when she was just 13 and he 18 at the Royal Naval College at Dartmouth, where Philip was training as a cadet. Philip was tall and handsome with blonde hair and striking features. For Elizabeth, it was a case of love at first sight. Philip sent so much of the war fighting at sea, but he saw Elizabeth whenever he was on leave. In London, in 1944, Queen Mary had confided an old friend that Elizabeth and Philip had been loved past 18 months, in fact, longer, I think, with the king and queen. Want her to see more war become coming to herself. So when Prince Philip proposed So Elizabeth also going to South Africa for a trip. So on the return, they get married. And Elizabeth wore a fairy princess dress in ivory, silk covered with white rose woven from pearls. So here's the wedding scene. So then Elizabeth gave birth to a baby. I think it's Prince George. Okay, yeah. It's Prince George. And then Elizabeth have another child, which is a girl, Princess Anne. By now, they had two children, George and Anne. This wasn't allowed to interfere with Elizabeth's royal duties. However, in 1951, they decided that Edinburgh should go on tour of Australia and New Zealand, and the place the king and queen were stopped on first Kenya to lodge had been getting wedding presents. On the flight back from Kenya, Elizabeth appeared calm to those around her. All that one remembered staff called she get up once or twice, turned to her seat, looking as if she'd been crying. So let's see what happened. Looking at the chains on her Philip position, it made me God was there indeed. Any sea and freedom, it just take the wings and on duty. Her grandmother, Queen Mary, came to see shortly after arriving home and met her with a courtesy. Her old granny and subject must be first to kiss her hand, she said, much to Elizabeth. Still in shock over her father's death, Elizabeth had no time to grieve. The following morning, she had to go meeting of her Assistant Council, where she had formally to declare herself a queen. Now Elizabeth was the queen. Really good, aren't you think? But I think it's really long to take Harry to be a king. Let's count. So we have to get George. After his death is Princess Anne. Not actually. Yeah. And then there's really much people. Oh Jesus. And then Edward. Let's see the map. So we have to wait until Prince George, Prince Anne, Prince Andrew, or Edward or something, then William, and then Harry. It will take a long time, guys. I can't believe it. Believe it. So, George will go first, and then Princess Anne, and then Prince Andrew, and then Edward. I understand now. And Queen, and then by the 1970s, the family was growing apart. George had joined the Navy. Anne was married, and the younger two were away at school. They were talking less, only really for meeting formal occasion. A family had taken a holiday at Balmoral, Scotland. I think Princess Anne's hair was really messy. Don't you think? So you may take a look and write down the comment if you think so. I think that is super duper messy. Yeah. Maybe she didn't tie her hair or something. Keep it a secret, or else he would know. Nah, never mind. Prince George kissed his bride on the balcony of Buckingham Palace for cheering her. Then, in 1981, George was married to Lady Diana Spencer. The wedding was portrayed as a fairy tale match on the television, as was Prince Andrew's wedding to Sarah Ferguson in 1986. So the newspaper reported to it. So, let me read it. Things did not get better. The Queen described 1992 as her annus horribilis. The Latin was horrible for horrible years. That announced that Prince Andrew was separate from his wife, swiftly followed by Princess Anne's divorce. In June, a book published detailing the unhappy marriage of George and Diana. In November that year, a fire broke out at the Windsor Castle, the Queen's childhood home. No one was killed, but the fire caused terrible damage. The Queen was devastated. As the first, people reacted. Then, in December, it was announced that George and Diana were two separate. Really bad, guys. Then, tragedy struck. On August 31, 1997, Princess Diana was killed in a car crash in Paris. The nation went into shock, followed by a public outpouring grief never seen before. I forgot to tell you. You will see I have read a Princess Diana book. I wish that who was would have like the George book and Princess Anne book. I want to read it really much. I wish I could read it. But there's only grown-ups books, and I neither cannot read grown-up books. I just only can read children books like these. So the Queen was staying in Balmoral in Scotland at that time and remained there, looking after Charles and Diana's children, Prince William and Prince Henry, but the public grief would quickly turn to anger. The Queen's absence from London invited a tragedy attitude to Diana. The newspaper Prince Philip and the Queen was outside of Diana's room. Wow, guys, this is so big. So many flowers and balloon. I love balloon. Diana's brother, Earl Spencer's, Prince William and Henry, and their father, Prince George, at Diana's funeral. So the year of the Queen Golden Jubilee in 2002 celebrate her 50 years in the throne, but it began to great losses for the Queen of death of her sister Princess Margaret in February, followed by that of her mother less than 2 months later at the age of 101. The Queen Mother with her 2 daughters on the 100th birthday. Prince William too. So, with the wedding of Prince William and Catherine Middleton in April 2011, so the royal fate seemed once again to be riding a wave of popularity. Over 24 million people tuned in to watch the wedding on the television in the UK, with millions watching around the world. In May 2011, she made a history to Republic Island, the first British monarch since 1911. So that's Queen Elizabeth. And there's so many kids, and this is so adorable, guys. She's so cute. Maybe there's a loud noise. And this cute little girl too, guys. Those two are really cute, girl. I can't believe it. They're so cute, guys. And I think this Prince George second wife or something. Yeah, maybe. So that's all about the royal family, and I hope you love my video. And please comment or give it a like if you loved it really much. Bye for now.